Welcome to Kids in the Great Outdoors. Today's topic is scouting reclaimed mines. Hope you enjoy.
Yeah, today we're on a property that's owned by CONSOL Energy. There's a large amount of properties that mining companies have harvested the coal out of and are put into programs with local conservation groups. This one happens to be in a program with the Pennsylvania Game Commission. They're cooperative, Forest Cooperative. This is actually a fairly sizable piece. It's roughly 350 acres. But there used to be a deep mine here, and CONSOL still owns it. They have to maintain it because they've got to pump water out of the deep mine. They've got to filter it. So they own this property, and it's the woods. It's surrounded by wooded lands, and it holds a pretty good amount of game. I know there's turkey in here, and I know there are deer in here. I put a trail camera out starting a few years ago once I discovered this property, and actually got a pretty good buck on it. Probably something above 130, maybe somewhere between a 130 and 150 class buck. Never saw it while hunting, but they're in here and they move about. One problem with this property is that it was a deep mine, and the surrounding woods are bigger, and there's not nearly as enough cover as you'd like to hold deer. But it does have some potential. Probably somewhere in the near future they'll see the potential in the timber and harvest it at some point, and it probably will make it a lot better for deer. But this is a CONSOL property. I've hunted numerous reclaimed mine properties. Now the old school way was they mined and they left it. Since laws have changed years ago, when they mine it, they have to reclaim it. In other words, before they dig the surface coal out, they're taking off the topsoil, keeping it and holding it in a spot, and then they remove the coal and they put the topsoil back on it. They have to plant it, usually with grasses. They may put clovers and different things in it. And they often plant the reclaimed mine properties with a variety of different species. Pine trees. I've seen different types of oaks that they've put in, particularly fast-growing oaks like the bur oaks. I've seen, well, obviously there's going to be natural regeneration anyways, but autumn olive I've seen put in place. Now I know that's not a native species, but their whole purpose is we need to get this ground stable. We don't want erosion. We don't want runoff going into the stream. So they put a lot of plants or a lot of shrubs and different things that will grow in poor soil. Remember, this soil has been disturbed. A large amount of it was disturbed over time with the mining process and everything. So the soil, it's not really nutrient rich anymore probably. So you need to put stuff in there that will hold the soil in place and that will grow quickly and provide something for habitat. And I know the reclaimed mines look like junk trees, they look like junk brush, it just looks like a mess. But that's okay, because that's actually what you want. It's some of the best deer habitat when you're going in places where it's just a thick mess. Think of a farm that was abandoned. What starts happening? Well, where you had the lawn once, you start having berry bushes grow up. Blackberries, raspberries, and different shrubs and things pop up. That early growth is what deer thrive on. Same thing happens with the mines. You've got all this early growth, this young stuff coming up, and it provides for cover, it provides for browse. So big point today is don't overlook the reclaimed mine areas. It might look like scrubby brush, it might look like junk growth, it might not look like it's great habitat, but it actually does hold a lot of game. And I've learned, and I've had some of my greatest hunts and experiences on areas that were once mined, strip mined and reclaimed. And I could think of one particular spot where we harvested numerous bucks between myself, my dad, and my brother. And it's a great opportunity to get out there. And remember, they put a lot of these reclaimed mining areas, like CONSOL Energy. I think they own land in Ohio. I know they own land here in Pennsylvania. And they put a lot of these lands into these programs, cooperative programs, they call them here in Pennsylvania. And it allows you to go out and hunt. And it's sort of like public access. It's private land, but it's open to the public in a lot of cases. This particular one gets a little too much pressure for deer, but for turkey, it's pretty good. I've seen a lot of turkeys in here. We've got a stream that flows through here and ridges on either side. You can see behind me, this goes up, and it's the ridge top up here, and there's actually a farm over here, and then across the creek over there, there's another farm, and there's a lot of feed. And you've got this system, this valley system with the large timber, turkeys are doing really well here. Seen a lot of large turkeys and had a lot of activity and action in here. My daughter, she had an opportunity last year with several gobblers that were coming in during the PA youth season hunt. So reclaimed mining properties, great opportunity. You can get access to them, and some of them, a lot of them, hold a lot of game.
I hope you enjoyed our video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and give us a huge thumbs up. Bye!